Okay, so today's topic, I think the definition of AI. Okay, you know about that. Okay, and AI is a branch of computer science. Okay, and in fact, at my time, okay, artificial intelligence is not new. Okay, in fact, AI starts from 1960s. Okay, AI is a branch of computer science. Okay, that stimulates intelligent behavior in computer-controlled machines to perform tasks associated with human reasoning and capabilities. And actually, at that time, in the 1990s or 1980s, we want to make AI to act as a human being. We have because actually for the computers with a higher speed and also lower operational costs and also easy to have depth of consumer and market data for the AI. Okay. Okay. Next page is AI is about logic, knowledge, planning, learning, communication, and perception. An application of AI is very broad now. Okay, we know about robotics, economic, and even political decision. Okay, even nowadays, all the countries, okay, they have a different relationship among different countries. So how to have a political decision, and actually some countries they use AI. Okay, that's what the trend is. But of course, our Hong Kong government should do more about this. But hopefully, okay, in your time, okay, when you grow up, okay, 10 years later, you can apply AI in helping our Hong Kong government. And also in control system and simulation systems, okay, that's what you are learning in engineering studies. Okay, for the AI, okay, in the early age, okay, we talk about the reasoning and how to problem solving, because actually for the human beings, we are good at solve problems, and we have reasoning. Okay, in fact, for the reasoning, what we do in the chess game and also in the logical thinking. That's why AI now is better in playing the chess game than human being. And in fact, from 1980 to 90s, okay, we applied the concept of a probability, which AI solved the problem with completion of incorrect data problems. That's also one important thing. AI can solve the problems the normal computer programming can solve. Because of the normal programming, okay, we talk about procedural programming or object-oriented programming, and all the things that we need exact data, okay? If the data with problem or with is not correct or even incomplete, computers cannot solve the problem. But we actually apply AI to artificial intelligence solve some problems. In fact, I want to talk about the logical thinking, which is not so in this slide, because actually for the logical thinking, think about how you make a decision. Okay, you can have the forward chaining decision making. That means if you want to find a solution for your problem, you find out what's the problem, what the details in the problems, and then find the possible answers. Okay. Another way of thinking is about backward chaining. Backward chaining is about you want to know which decision you should make, and then you find backward. Okay, what are the background information and information that can support your decision? Okay, if you have time, try to think about these things. Okay, in fact, AI for the artificial intelligence, the programming, the logic is different from the normal programming you are now learning. Okay, and also the machine learning is the another point of view is machine learning. Okay, many people they mix up machine learning and also the artificial intelligence. In fact, machine learning is try to get the knowledge from expert users. Okay, what's the meaning of expert users? That means a user sometimes we use the term of a subject domain expert. For example, you are the accountant, okay, very expertise in accounting, and then you have some good subject matter, and also some medical doctors. They know how to cure the people. They know how to use the medicine, and what are the good things or bad things about the medicine. Okay, but how can we get the knowledge from the expert users and then and then we can apply the knowledge to help to solve more unseen problems. And after, machine learning is a very important component of AI, because for the first part for AI, we need to learn from the human being. Okay, so up to now, for some level subject matter. For example, in fact, medical, for the medicines, okay, applying of the medicines, AI can help a lot, because of machine learning, it's easy to take knowledge from different experts, okay? Even you have a very, very good medical doctors, we can merge their knowledge. And then we can increase the problem solving efficiency. And also, in fact, the medical doctors, they will die some days, okay? Even engineers, very good engineer, or even the architects, they will die some days. But if we really gather the knowledge and then capture it, and then we use AI to solve the future problems. Solve the future problems is very important. If we just can solve the problems which have happened before, there's a kind of a database, okay, or even, okay, I can say knowledge base, which is not exactly artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence can help to solve some unseen problems, okay? We can solve some problems that doesn't happen before. Okay, another part of AI is about NLP, natural language processing. In fact, NLP means teaching computer to know the language of human being. As a human being, we use different language, but we will use language pattern to talk with each other. NLP system changes computer data to NLP, and the NLP system can make the computer easier to process the human language. Actually, as a human, okay, we use our language to let you know and understand what we are talking about, what we are saying, and we communicate with each other. But actually, for the computers, they are having that. Okay, so for the computers, you know about that they talk with each computer by using some computing language, or even some database connections, or even the API calls. In fact, their language is different. You may hear about there's a case, some AI, okay, computers, they talk to each other, which the human being can't understand, and then actually some human expert, they switch off those computers because they are try to talk to each other without human being understanding. Okay, that can be very powerful, or even very maybe a disaster. Okay, so NLP is now after so many years, so it's more and more mature now. And perception, okay. All of you from engineering background, okay. In fact, perception is perception is to gather inputs from different kinds of senses. In fact, for the human, just every human being, we have different senses, okay, with ears, eyes, and skins, okay. We can detect different input from different sources, okay. That's our human being. And for the machine, they have a machine perception that they gather the information from different cameras, microphone, infrared sensors, okay, and then which can determine the current physical environment. In fact, machine perception nowadays is even more advanced. Sometimes we use LiDAR, you know, LiDAR, L-I-D-A-R. If you don't know, try to have a look of it. And we use laser to detect the environment, even better than human being. In fact, in the Tesla, you know the Tesla, they use LiDAR to detect the environment. Even you can't see some buildings, or even you can't see some architecture or some cars, okay? They can use LiDAR to detect, okay? Actually, LiDAR is not new, because we apply in the aeroplanes, and also in the boats, okay, in the ships many years before. But nowadays we use in the cars. But of course, if we talk about the perception, is how to gather the information efficiently, and that's why sooner or later we use a 5G. Okay, now actually we have a 5G in Hong Kong, the level, and more. Actually, we have more devices. Okay, Think about a car, okay, even a normal vehicle, they have many sensors, about tire sensors, many infrared sensors, cameras, they can detect the current environment. And then why we need to know the current environment, just like you as a human being, you need to know your environment now, and then you how to tackle the environment. For example, you feel hot, you need to put off some clothes, and you feel cold, okay, or there's some objects are coming to you and then you need to go away. But the artificial intelligence, we have a computer vision which can analyze the image and the video inputs, and also we have a voice recognition, face detection, and objects determination. And for the face detection, okay, it's now, in fact, we use every day, because actually in many mobile phone, there's many built-in face detectors, okay, because how you define a face, okay, a human face, okay, with a nose, with a mouth, and then at the correct position, okay, we can detect different human being. And there's many algorithm we are working on that, and that's a part of quite mature field. Nowadays, we are not only talking about the static image, we are talking about the videos, okay? We can have moving object detection of the face, and then try to trace it. Okay, in some countries, they can trace, for example, there's something happened on a street, okay? They make use of the CCTV, and then they can use a face detection to find out what happens and who's the robber or something like that. I heard a case in UK, okay, and actually they have a lot of CCTV in UK, okay. I lived in London for 2 years since 2000, and in fact there are many CCTVs there to make sure they are more safe. But now with more face detection, they can easily handle lots of things, because if you use human being, just like you use human being to know the CCTV, you're not as good as AI to find out something which is not correct. Okay, Google's AI, okay, can guess what what our drawing, even the water pipe guesses. You have a look of what we have on the screen now, okay. I'm not good at drawing, okay. And in fact, when we draw something, even I don't know what it is, okay. Just like I draw a pen, draw a table, or even draw a slide, okay. Even for me, okay, I can't understand, okay. But for AI, they can do it now. So actually, if you now with your computers or even mobile phone, you can open a browser. You can try autodraw.com. You can try now. Actually, I don't want to switch the screen, because sometimes I just switch the screen, the zoom, okay, maybe stopped, okay. But you can go to www.autodraw.com and then try to draw something. They will help you to guess what you are drawing, just like this concept. You draw a pen, and then they will ask whether you are draw a pen, and then they even can help you to finish the drawing, okay? Because I guess not all of us are good painters, but you can make use the AI to help you to draw. So how can they know what you are drawing? Because they try to match your diagram and also your strokes, and then in the internet to find the diagram which is close to what you're drawing. Okay, have a try. Okay. Okay, there are many application areas of artificial intelligence. For example, business intelligence, IoT. You try to search a proposal to have the forecast trend. Forecast trend is actually we apply AI in the financial forecasting for more than 20 years. And in fact, there are many big banks, they are now using the AI or neural network to have the financial forecast trend tracking. For example, you can predict the stock price tomorrow or the day after tomorrow by using the historical trend. That's why you need to learn AI, because in future, even you do not be an engineer, you can go to a bank and then tell them that you know how to use AI, and then you can help them to develop the systems. and also basic search, and also diagnosis of illness. Sometime later, we will, okay, actually in maybe 10 or 15 years, we will get rid of all the medical doctors because of the diagnosis of illness. AI is even better than human being because it's quicker, and then you can search more cases, and also they have more information up to date, or even up to the second. Okay, but for normal human medical doctors, they can't do it. Okay, and also one important thing is that human being, they will die some days. Okay, and also some bias on the maybe on the medical treatment. And also for the voice conversation, now you have a more chatbot, and sometimes so the chatbot would phone you. Okay, I have that experience before, and then they will talk with you. But of course, nowadays it's easy for you to differentiate whether it's from the AI or from the human beings. Okay, but sooner or later you can't differentiate it. Okay, and also nowadays they can even make some news topics. Okay, by using AI they write news articles. Okay, that's very interesting. There's even in US, there's even the CNN or other news agents. They use AI to create some topics, and also smart home. Now we can control the lighting, everything at home, and that's not something new. Okay, we can make use of a mobile phone. You talk to the light bulb, you talk to the electrical appliance. Okay, and then even the refrigerator, they have AI to, if they don't have enough food, they can make the order. Okay, by using online payment. But of course, okay, we have more and more smart home things. Whether you will apply it is another thing. Okay, we have technology here. Whether we will use it, okay, that's another topic. And also test analysis. Okay, okay, there are many different applications. Okay, one thing, because I taught in a neural network long time ago, and also for more than 8 years. And AI, there are many different streams of AI. One of the streams is neural network. Okay, neural network is very interesting because it's used the mathematical model to simulate the human being. And because some of you from electrical or electrical engineering, you will have the chances to learn about it. Okay, one thing I want to tell about why AI is more mature nowadays. Do you know why? Because actually nowadays we have more powerful computers. We have cloud computing, and in the 1960s, 1970s, even they want to make use of artificial intelligence, they want to use of neural network, they can't do it because they don't have fast computers, and also the storage is very expensive. But nowadays we have all the things. We have cloud computing, even 5G network. So that's why we can have more artificial intelligence. Okay, back to neural network. Okay, neural network is actually some kind of input streams of information to an output streams of data. Okay, we try to map of them. That means if we detect some input pattern, okay, we will let you know what's the output. That's good for the trend analysis. For example, you have a trend analysis of stock price in the last 10 years, okay, for some stocks of stock market, and then you can make use of that kinds of as input, and then we know the output because you will know whether you earn or not, okay, because in the history. But by using the historical data, you can change the network, okay, by using the input and output tuple, we can map it, okay? In fact, we can derive the nonlinear models that can be changed to map the past and future values of the input-output relationship. It extracts the relationship governing the data that was obvious using other analytical model. That's why a neural network is not something new, but not all the people use it because it's different from a statistical method. They can have a predictive power, okay, but it's not always can be explained, okay. But the power is very powerful because even you have a lot of missing data, with missing data, they can have the capability to recognize pattern and also the speed of technology to accurately solve complex problems. And also that's a very important thing is they can accurately solve complex problem with a very even we use in the computer gaming. In the computer game, sometimes we need not to have exact ray tracing. Okay, we can use some neural network patterns because they have input and output patterns. They can make it more efficient. Okay, but a neural network is okay is something like we want to simulate our human beings. On your left side, there's maybe you learn from biology. That's one of the neurons. We have billions of neurons in our human brain. Okay, and we have a nucleus, cell body, and then dendrites, and also axon. And for the right side, okay, stop. Okay, on the right hand side, there's a mathematical model we try to emulate. We have different dendrites as input, and then pass through the cell body, which is we have a summation function, and then have a transformation at the right, and then we have some threshold, and then pass through the output to axon. Okay, that in fact we have a similarity. Okay, for the human being. Okay, and that's the simple neuron by different input, and then we have different output pairs. Okay, at the top. At the bottom, okay, you can find the formula A equals to function of weighted P and then plus B, okay? I think most of you in the engineering topic, engineering study, you can handle this kind of formula. And okay, that's a simple neuron. Simple neuron cannot solve any problems. We will try to make neurons as a layer, okay, as a network. Okay, that's a one layer. We have more than one layers, okay, to solve more problems, okay. In fact, that's the issue of how to train up the network, okay. So that we need to make our data, okay, available from the inputs, different input and also different output, okay, and then change the weight, okay, inside this model, the mathematical model, okay, and by applying the correct transfer functions, and then we build a neural network for your business case. For the transfer function, okay, actually some of you from computer science, computer engineering, also computer science, and also electrical engineering. And we use some mathematical model, just like tensor model, knot model, or linear function, transfer function to transfer, okay, just like the electrical engineering, they can transfer the pattern, okay, your input and then the output, okay, and that's the concept of how we apply in these transfer functions, okay. But you are lucky nowadays because nowadays when you talk about neural network, you just tell the system how many layers, how many neurons, which transfer function you want to use it, and then you can make the whole network. At our time, okay, in 1990s, we need to learn from the fundamentals. But I think it's good for you to know about the fundamentals a little bit. Okay, back to something more interesting, okay? My topic today, about AI, and then I want to talk about the fashion industry. Fashion is one of the biggest industry in the world, estimated to be $3 trillion US. As of 2018, you represent 2% of global GDP. And in fact, much of the big and multi-traditional retail, as well as online e-commerce, is now for the sale of clothing and fashion items. Okay, I think maybe even you don't like, okay, at least you need to get the clothing. Okay, we need to buy online or in some shops. Okay. One important news is Amazon. Okay, you know Amazon acquired shoe retailer Zappos for $1 billion in 2010. That's a big move from the. It's very interesting. The e-commerce big company, Amazon, they buy the retailer. Okay, there's some relation between e-commerce and also the old business. Okay, how the AI? Okay, because as I say, as a consultant, I talked to one company about how to apply AI to help them in the fashion industry. Okay, AI, we use the machine learning. We try to maximize the user's shopping experience. We can't do it before because in the past, all the shops are the same. Okay, when you go into the shop, okay, if you really want to go into it, okay, the shop is what it is. You can't change. But nowadays we have more and more e-shops. Okay, we can make use of AI, machine learning. We maximize the user's shopping experience. We improve the efficiency of the sales systems by using intelligent automation, and also automate the sales process by using some predictive analytics. Okay, one example is we can apply the analytics for the predictive, because we can lower the number of the stocks in the warehouse. Okay, and also second part is we can use some conversational assistant and voice assistant devices. We try to understand the customer desires and trends and purchase patterns, because we need not to have a human being to use a phone to interview the people. Nowadays we can actually use chatbot, AI chatbot to talk with them. And also we can have suggestions when you try to have I guess most of you have an e-commerce experience. You will buy something on the internet, they will try to suggest you to buy some related things. Of course, it's very important they sell the really related to you, the things, okay? Otherwise, you will not buy it. And also valuable information for the fashion brand. And also one application is about smart image recognition, which can help the customers to find the outfits or products similar to the one in the picture. Because in most of cases nowadays, when someone finds a very good fashion or clothing, they can just take a picture, and then you can use the app to find some similar products, okay, as your shop, okay, and then you can have in your sales. Okay, that's not something new, okay, because we use every day nowadays. And also AI enhanced the fashion design and manufacturing. There's a documentary, okay, called Minimalism, okay. In fact, nowadays the fashion now we have 52 seasons. Okay, of course, usually we have 4 seasons in a year, but for fashion now we have 52 seasons for the clothing. That means that there's a consistent changes in fashion and design, because you don't change the design, no one will buy the new things, okay? And the retailers need to be to consistently keep up with the most current trends and predict the customer preference. In the past, how the brands, they can do it because they hire some human being, okay, as a fashion designer or even the fashion opinion to get them to learn or try to create something for the customers. But there are some cases, okay. I read some Harvard Business case, and some companies now they use AI to replace human being, because actually AI can get the information faster from the internet or from other sources. It can change and predict the trends. Okay, so okay. And also AI about because of some fashion facts, computer vision. Okay, actually, I as a consultant, I help another company to build a computer vision system to make sure they can spot the fashion fakes and also counterfeit products. Previously, okay, we are spotting fakes requires the change eye of specialized customs or other enforcement officers. Okay, for example, the big names, the fashion big names such like LV or other things, whether the bag is fake or the real one, they will have some expert to check it. And in fact, the second-hand market of those fashion, especially for the bags, also the sunglasses, or even the jewelry, okay, for the design. Nowadays, we highly, especially for the second-hand market, we highly rely on the human beings or human officers to check whether it's correct or fake or not. But actually, AI can help more. AI system can be a more consistent, watchful eye. Okay, for example, if you sell a fake bag in a shop in maybe in Paris or even in Tokyo, okay, they use the AI system can better than a human being. Okay. Actually, we are using now. I have one of the shop, one of the big chain in Tokyo, a second-hand bag market. Okay, and then they use the AI vision now to check it. AI technology is applied by customs and border enforcement to help to have the validity of the high-end products. And fashion industry and IA or AI, okay. AI is okay. There's a spell is AI, okay. AI is fundamentally transforming the industry, okay. Originally, the supply chain, okay. After your engineering study, you can to learn an MBA. You will learn about we have the supply chain of anything. That means that from the resources, and then from the factories, the warehouse, and then we have some move to the retail shops, and then you try to go to the retail shop to buy the product. In fact, that's the old trend. Okay, AI can change it just now. Okay, in fact, even in China, that the supply chain changed a lot. For example, they use Tianmao, Taobao, and different things. They can try to, in fact, they get the trend from the social media, and then build really something which is related to the trend. And then the people, they need not to really go to the shop. We need not to have the warehouse. And then the end product can ship to the end customer directly. Okay. In fact, China is quite successful in having the whole chain and really change the whole supply chain by using AI. And AI also can try to assist in the new product development, because for the new development of the product about color, fabric, patterns, and cuts, AI as a designer, because they can analyze the past designs and the future trend. In fact, for all the fashion, nowadays they change again and again. Okay, as past maybe the fashion 2 or 3 years later, before, or 10 years before, they nowadays are the new trend. Okay, in fact, they flip the trend. Okay, and AI can try to analyze what the people really like. In fact, for the whole fashion market, because they have different trends from Korea, from Japan, from US, or from a European design. In fact, the trend is also from different countries. They will move from one country to another country. So that's why they can track the design by using AI. And also AI, we can apply in textiles. We have automatic fabric quality control. We have a pattern inspection and color matching by using the computer vision, okay, as I mentioned before. And also head office operations, we have a better inventory management. In fact, in the past, for the fashion industry, we have, if you have too many stocks in one point or in the warehouse, finally you can't sell all the things, and then you will lose a lot of money. But if you do not yet have enough stocks, the end customer cannot buy the thing. So AI can determine the best geographical allocation for the product and track the entire product life cycle in real time. Of course, this part is not only for the fashion industry. You can apply to all kinds of industry nowadays. And also product and pricing mix strategy. AI can help in accuracy target the price to the right market and the right market segment, and also with less what I say, less surplus inventory and fewer price cut downs. Okay, because in the past, there's one thing they can change the price, to decrease the price and then sell at loss. Okay, that's why we have many fashion. They have a sell at very good price. Okay, but that's not good because in fact you will lose the business. Okay, for the competitor analysis, okay, AI can recommend the ideal price points to optimize the revenue. In fact, that's something about psychology and also the business. In fact, what should be the price of a LV bag? Okay, just like Hermes bag. Okay, how much it should be? Okay, technically from the manufacturing side, okay, it may be only 100 Hong Kong dollars, but the selling price can be maybe 100 times or 1,000 times of the manufacturing price. So that's the perceiving price from all the potential buyer, because they can perceive a better price. So AI can recommend the ideal price, higher price to sell, and then optimize the revenue. Because if the price is too high, they will not buy. Okay, and also the AI can spot the best seasoning timing to do the price. Okay, while retaining a minimal margin, and also slightly increase the prices to maximize the profitability. In fact, the pricing, okay, in the past, is not easy to change from day to day. But now it's easy. Just like when you go into a supermarket, even in a supermarket in different locations, they have a different pricing strategy. In fact, the price change every day. Every shop is different. But because the price information is not perfect, that's why they can earn some money. Okay, and AI in supply chain. Okay, there's something I repeat, and then you can have a note, and then have time to read more about TTM, time to market, and also online product recommendation. As I tell you before, okay, we have many apps. They can use AI visual detection to find similar products, and then tell the customers they have the stocks. That's very important thing nowadays. And also personalized recommendations, because different people with different trend, different tastes, okay, different geographical location. In the past, as I mentioned, we can't really have a personalization because personalization is very expensive. But nowadays, by using AI and also e-commerce, more personalization per customer segment can be done. Okay, and just like the body type, coloring, and occasions, and style, and personal. And in fact, if they want to go to some special occasion, you can the AI can suggest what they should wear, and also the price. Sometimes they do not care about the price. And why we can have more AI and conversational by using the conversational chatbot. In fact, the chatbot can help the retailer to answer many answers better than the human being, because sometimes when you go into a shop, you may not like the shopkeeper to go behind you, okay, and talk with you, but maybe you can go to talk to the e-commerce, the chatbot, okay, to have a very good selling brand experience. And chatbot can use in a different way with direct sales, customer service, and also business insights. Okay, I do not go into details because we use chatbot every day nowadays, and that's the trend.